Some people say shadow figures are nothing more than tired eyes playing tricks in the dark. Others believe they're something far older, something that watches from the places where light can't quite reach. I've spent years trying to convince myself that what I'm seeing is just my imagination. But there's one thing I can never explain. The man in the corner of my room. He's always in the exact same spot. He's incredibly tall, wears an old-fashioned top hat, and constantly smokes a cigar. And the strangest part, I've been seeing him since I was a little kid. Back then, my mom would wake up almost every night because I'd suddenly start screaming. She told me that whenever she rushed into my bedroom, she'd notice something strange before she even looked around. The room smelled like cigar smoke. Every single time. She'd ask me what was wrong, and I'd point to the same corner of my room, telling her there was a man standing there. Of course, she never saw anyone. Whenever she'd ask if he was still there, I'd tell her he disappeared the moment she walked into the room. This went on for around 3 months before it suddenly stopped. For years after that, nothing happened. I grew older, became a skeptic, and convinced myself it was probably just one of those strange childhood memories people can't explain. Then recently, he came back. The exact same man, the same corner, the same top hat, the same cigar. He's so unbelievably clear that I can't convince myself I'm imagining him. He stands directly in front of my full-length mirror, and somehow I can even see his shadow reflected inside it. I've tried explaining it away, but I honestly can't. The only thing I can think of is that it started happening again after a recurring dream I had a few months earlier. The dream was always exactly the same. It wasn't from my own point of view. I was watching myself sleep from across the room, almost like I was standing there observing. In the dream, I was lying in bed facing the wall. Then the camera, or whatever I was seeing through, would slowly pan toward the same corner of my room. That's when he'd appear. The shadow figure would slowly emerge from the darkness and begin walking toward my bed, step by step, without making a sound. When he got close enough that it looked like he was about to touch me, he'd slowly reach out his hand. At that exact moment, the sleeping version of me would suddenly roll over to face him. The instant I turned toward him, he vanished. This dream repeated itself every few days for almost 2 months. Then one night, something changed. Everything started the same way. I watched him step out from the darkness. I watched him slowly approach my bed, but this time, I was surrounded by what looked like a glowing shield of light. When the figure tried to get close, it was almost as if the light shocked him, forcing him back. That was the last time I ever had that dream. I've tried figuring out what it meant ever since. I still have no idea. The shadow man isn't the only thing I've seen. I've also seen a woman. Not her entire body, just her face. It's only happened about 4 times, but every experience was identical. There would be this strange beam of light stretching into one part of my room, and inside that light, I'd see the face of a woman. She never smiled, she never frowned, she just stared, not even directly at me. It felt like she was looking through me, or maybe at something behind me. I tried everything I could think of to debunk it. I got out of bed and walked closer. The face stayed there. I turned my bedroom lights on. I turned the lights back off. She was there again. I spent forever trying to figure out where the light could possibly be coming from, but I never found any explanation. Looking back, I honestly think the shadow man knew I could see him. He never had a face. He was nothing more than a black silhouette, but somehow I could clearly make out the cigar where his mouth should have been. I could even watch the smoke drifting upward into the darkness. Strangely, I never smelled it. Over time, I actually started talking to him. I knew he wouldn't answer. Still, I'd ask him who he was. I'd ask what he wanted. I'd ask why he kept standing there. He never reacted, never moved, never acknowledged me. Sometimes he'd remain there for the entire night. I'd fall asleep while he stood in the corner. Then I'd wake up hours later in the middle of the night and he'd still be there. The only time he ever seemed to disappear was when the first sunlight started coming through my window. Even outside my bedroom, strange things keep happening. I'll constantly catch movement from the corner of my eye, not just inside my own house, but in other people's homes too. Most of the time it's random figures, someone walking quietly down a hallway, someone standing perfectly still, watching from another room. The moment I actually turn to look, there's no one there. I don't know anything about the history of my house. No one in my family has passed away recently. I don't know if this has something to do with the house, or if somehow it has something to do with me. All I know is that it's happening more often now. And I can't tell anymore whether I'm slowly convincing myself these things are real, or if something has been watching me since I was a child.